How did that happen? Now, there are some things I didn't cover in the first video since I was just trying to rush it out before school starts, and I thought, oh yeah, that's fine. I don't think anyone's gonna see it anyways. Yeah, then that happened. So, yeah, here's part 2 I guess, but first I need to address a few things. Right now you might be wondering, is this number real? Yesn't. No, this is not your consistent DPS, since in the clip I burned through all 3 of my clones. And normally you wouldn't want to do that since it's better damage to save the clone until you can vanish boost your Bamboozle. But that doesn't mean I didn't actually hit the funny big combat dummy number you see in the video. And no, I did not use consumables or triple IDs. What I did use, that I forgot to mention, was WynnBuilder, the air powder special which triples the damage of your next hit. And since Bamboozle is a single hit, it has amazing synergy with WynnBuilder. However, the problem with WynnBuilder as a powder special is that it will activate on any hit, which includes your teammates. So it's basically impossible to end a WynnBuilder Bamboozle in a raid. And as I played the build more, I realized there was a big problem. I can't sustain. Trickster is a very mana hungry archetype. This is because it relies on spells that have both extremely short duration and a low spell multiplier. So in order to do good consistent DPS, you need to be constantly spamming these spells. And the archetype has no built-in mana sustain in its ability tree. And sure, you could always build more mana, but that comes at the cost of damage. And no matter what dagger I tried using, I would face the same issue. I began to wonder, was it really not possible to fix Trickster's mana problem? Yeah, no, I lied. It took me 2 seconds to find an answer. You might have noticed there is one dagger I conveniently did not show. The Water Mythic Dagger for Assassin grants the user plus 40 intelligence, built-in mana regen, and the major ID Transcendence, which makes spells have a 30% chance to cost 0 mana. Now you still need to build mana on top of Nirvana to sustain, but with Nirvana being a water item, it's much easier to build sustain while leaving room to build for damage. Compared to Weather, Nirvana is capable of doing a lot more damage, and can sustain that damage over longer periods of time. This does come at the cost of some EHP, but I think the trade-off is more than worth it. So how exactly do you play the build? This is something that I kinda neglected to talk about in the first video, but it's pretty simple. First, build up your marks with Spin Attack and Smoke Bomb. Then consume your marks for knives by casting Spin Attack and Vanish. Build up your marks again, and now you have your damage boost. The entire time you should also be cycling between Spin Attack and Multi-Hit, which are your main forms of damage. And when you can vanish, Bamboozle. Now Bamboozle is not meant to be your only source of damage. It's there to supplement your normal spell DPS. It's like you're playing Trickster, but every few seconds you have a gun. Now, I'd like to reiterate that this playstyle is not meta.
Meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a fucking girl before?
And even with this new build, it's probably still worse than Acrobat. But it's still good enough to beat endgame content. And more importantly, Bamboozle is pretty fun to use. Well, I guess I don't really need this thing anymore. See ya!
Another one.
Goodbye!
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I'm in danger. dying. Help me.
Get back at new perspective gained from all the